Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're completely flipping the script on how we view business structure, specifically within African markets. If you've ever felt like traditional Western business advice is totally disconnected from the actual reality on the ground, well, you're absolutely going to want to hear this. We're exploring how deep local knowledge and community connections aren't just nice to have, they're actually a massive, game-changing competitive edge.
Think about this for a quick second. When I say successful entrepreneur, what immediately pops into your head? Do you picture a Silicon Valley CEO in a hoodie pacing around a glass boardroom pitching to venture capitalists? Or do you picture the woman selling hot food in Lagos traffic? What about the tailor in Kumasi who single-handedly outfits an entire neighborhood? Because the honest truth is, those local, everyday builders are the ones actually running massive, daily local economies, and they're doing it with an incredible amount of uncredited, brilliant skill.
Okay, let's dive right into this textbook myth we've all been sold. We're told real business requires those Silicon Valley models, mountains of capital, and rigid formal contracts. But the African reality? It operates on a completely different, highly effective frequency. It runs on community trust, relentless daily observation, and deep informal networks. The structure is absolutely there, it's just built differently. And recognizing this completely validates the skills everyday builders already have.
To show you what I mean, here is the ultimate playbook we're walking through today. 1. The hidden African advantage. 2. Your street is your school. 3. Trust is your true currency. 4. Finding opportunities in problems. 5. Start small, scale smart. And finally, 6. Digital tools as amplifiers. Let's get to it.
Starting right off with Section 1, the hidden African advantage, or how to turn everyday life into major opportunity.
You know, what an outsider might look at and mistakenly label as chaos in these fast-moving environments is actually a massive competitive advantage. The African entrepreneur's advantage is defined as the ability to succeed by turning ordinary African life, local knowledge, and community directly into an opportunity. It means realizing that the power to build a thriving business doesn't start with millions in a bank account. It starts with deeply understanding the daily lives of the people right outside your front door.
Moving on to Section 2, your street is your school. This is real-time economics in action.
Listen, you absolutely don't need to watch a foreign case study to learn about supply and demand. Your local market is a living, breathing classroom. So the crucial point is you have to study it before you ever start spending money. Here's the exact cycle. First, observe daily activity. Second, identify pain points. What's actually frustrating people? Third, track the goods that move fast. Fourth, notice the gaps in the market. And fifth, study your competition. In these environments, observation is infinitely more valuable than capital.
To put that into perspective, take the everyday vegetable trader in Accra. She isn't sitting there staring at complex dashboard software. For demand analysis, she simply watches what sells fastest every single day. She adjusts her inventory intuitively based on the weather. She builds rock-solid customer loyalty just by knowing her regulars by name, and she adjusts her pricing instantly the second supply drops. She is expertly running a highly complex business system, literally entirely in her head.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 3. Trust is your true currency. Why relationships will always beat contracts.
In heavily structured global economies, formal, legal contracts are what drive business. But in informal African markets, it's the informal networks that act as the real economic engines. And this brilliantly illustrates a foundational rule. People don't just buy products, they buy trust. Long before a customer ever asks, "How much is this?" they are internally asking, "Can I actually trust you?" You know, you can lose your inventory and bounce back, but if you lose trust, you've lost your entire market.
Think about how informal networks, like market associations, age groups, or even religious networks, function as these invisible, highly effective intelligence systems. Being an insider here gives you a serious edge. These networks help you get crucial information much faster, like sudden price changes or incoming shortages. They unlock access to group opportunities like bulk buying and warm referrals. And maybe most importantly, they provide real protection, offering dispute resolution and defending your reputation in the community.
All right, Section 4, finding opportunities and problems. Basically, reading the signals of the street.
We really need to completely reframe how we view everyday frustrations. Long queues, unreliable transport, power outages. To the trained entrepreneur, these aren't just annoyances, they're blaring business signals. To train your opportunity eye, look for 3 specific types of problems. First, obvious problems, like overly expensive food. Second, hidden problems, like hours of wasted time or missing study materials. People just accept these as normal, which honestly makes them a goldmine. And third, emotional problems, that deep need for convenience, speed, or status.
If you can turn daily complaints into real solutions, you literally turn problems into income streams.
Now for Section 5, start small, scale smart, the actual mechanics of growth.
Let's bust a stubborn myth right now. You do not need a mountain of capital to launch a business. In reality, authentic growth is gradual. Just let this sink in for a second. Small starts beat big plans that never launch. It's so true, right? Overplanning is the enemy of execution. We have to shift our mindset away from needing that perfect grand master plan and move toward controlled, low-risk execution.
Let's move to how this actually builds. It's a highly practical, repeating loop for smart growth. Step 1, build a simple, basic version of your idea. Step 2, test it with real people immediately. Seriously, do not wait until it feels perfect. And Step 3, improve it based purely on their direct, honest feedback. You just repeat this cycle endlessly. That is exactly how a small, low-risk test evolves into a scaling, highly profitable business.
You see a stark contrast between two distinct mindsets here. The hustler focuses strictly on quick, short-term money, constantly pivots and changes direction, lacks any real structure, and is basically just surviving day to day. But the builder focuses on creating long-term systems, steadily improving over time, and relying heavily on the compounding power of trust. Make no mistake, real generational wealth in Africa consistently rewards the builder, not the erratic hustler.
And finally, we arrive at Section 6, digital tools as amplifiers, building that hybrid business model.
Now, a quick word of caution. Setting up a shiny, aesthetic Instagram page is really just creating a digital window. It's for sure not a guaranteed business. In fact, in African markets, WhatsApp is often vastly more powerful than many expensive websites. Why? Because a zero learning curve will always beat complex tech. WhatsApp is already deeply integrated into your customers' daily habits. Remember, digital tools don't magically create demand out of thin air. They simply amplify the local demand you've already proven exists.
The order of operations here is absolutely crucial. In month 1, start locally. Just sell to your neighbors and your immediate network. By month 3, prove your demand, meaning make sure those people are actually coming back to buy consistently. By month 5, that's when you digitize your visibility. Use WhatsApp or Instagram, but purely to showcase what is already working on the ground. And by month 12, you hit that ultimate hybrid goal, combining deep offline trust with massive online scale.
So what does this all mean for you? Are you ready to stop copying foreign models that don't fit and start turning your daily environment into your absolute greatest business advantage? The native intelligence is already there. The networks are already there. The opportunities are literally walking right past your window every single day. Start small, build unwavering trust, and just deeply observe the world around you. You already have everything you need. Thank you for joining me for this explainer. Now go out there and build something amazing.